Most people have dealt with someone who never seems to grow, who makes the same mistakes, argues over nothing, and never really listens. No matter how many times you talk to them, at first, it might look like a personality quirk or just a bad mood. But psychology suggests there may be something quieter and more revealing happening underneath. Quick note, no single behavior here proves anything. Everyone slips into these sometimes. What matters is the pattern. Is this a default or just a bad day? So let's look at 9 daily behaviors that psychology suggests may, as a repeated pattern, reveal weaker critical thinking. The first behavior is blaming others for your own mistakes. Psychologists call this self-serving bias and crediting yourself for success while blaming outside factors for failure. It's near universal in small doses. The real signal is never once accepting responsibility over and over across years. You'll notice this in people who miss a deadline and blame a coworker, or fail at something and immediately point to bad luck. The second behavior is closed-mindedness. Psychologists connect this to confirmation bias and accepting only information that supports what you already believe. This happens to everyone, smart people included. What differs is rigidity. Can strong evidence ever move you or not? This appears in people who refuse to update their opinion no matter what's placed in front of them. The third behavior is needing to win every argument. Psychologists describe this as a strong need for cognitive closure, caring more about being seen as right than about being right. It's tied more to insecurity than to intelligence. Smart people argue this way too when their ego is on the line. You can see this in people who fight over small details just to avoid losing. The fourth behavior is mocking others. Psychologists link this to compensatory self-enhancement, putting others down as a shortcut to feeling superior. This connects more to empathy and insecurity than raw intelligence. Sharp people can be unkind, and kind people can struggle to reason. Well, this shows up as making fun of people for smart or unconventional choices. The fifth behavior is lack of curiosity. Psychologists note curiosity as one of the stronger predictors of ongoing cognitive growth. It's a real correlation, but not one-directional. Curiosity may build ability. Ability may make curiosity easier, or both are shaped by upbringing. This appears as never asking follow-up questions, and little interest in how things work. The sixth behavior is extreme impatience. Psychologists link poor tolerance for delay to weaker impulse control, a cousin of intelligence. Not the same thing. Impatience can also spike from stress or exhaustion in sharp thinkers. The pattern that matters is impatience as a default, not a bad day reaction. This shows up in people who lose their temper over small delays routinely. The seventh behavior is assuming you know it all. Psychologists connect this to the Dunning-Kruger effect, limited knowledge in a subject making it harder to see what you're missing. Key nuance. This is subject-specific, not a life-wide trait. Even brilliant people show it outside their expertise. This appears in people who've stopped reading or asking, treating their current knowledge as complete. The eighth behavior is poor listening skills. Psychologists point out real listening means processing someone's words, not just preparing your reply. This ties more to habit and anxiety than intelligence. Quiet, deep thinkers and quick-witted poor listeners both exist. Still, not absorbing what others say limits how much you can learn from them. This shows up as repeating a question someone just answered, again and again. The ninth and final behavior is not checking facts. Research on misinformation shows people are more likely to believe and share what already matches their feelings. Without checking it, this is a habit gap, not an intelligence gap. Fact-checking is a learned pause, not an innate trait. The concerning pattern is never pausing, ever. This appears in people who share unverified claims instantly, treating "I saw it online" as proof. Many people assume intelligence looks like knowing a lot or winning every debate. Psychology suggests it's quieter than that, and none of these 9 behaviors alone mean much. They're loose tendencies, shaped by personality and habit as much as raw ability. A hard week showing 2 or 3 of these means nothing. A lifelong pattern across most of them is worth noticing. A few questions worth sitting with. Do you accept responsibility more often than you blame others? Can new information actually change your mind? Do you listen to understand or mostly to respond? Do you check what you share before you share it? These habits say more about how you're thinking right now than about some fixed number attached to your brain. And unlike an IQ score, habits are always something you can work on.